I am so depressed after watching this. Hi friends and new friends, Kimchi Chris here, and welcome to today's episode of Anime Was a Mistake, where we are going to delve into the latest incarnation of the Tenchi Muyo series. That's right, we just got the first episode of Tenchi Muyo Ryo-Ohki OVA series, episode 1. And that is such a mouthful to say. Why do they keep doing this to us? But before we delve into the latest adventure with Tenchi and all of his lovely ladies, I think it's important to let you guys know kind of an overview, kind of a history of myself with the series, because I loved this series for a very long time. Ever since I was just a little guy, I liked Tenchi. I saw it on the Sci-Fi Channel. They were showing the Tenchi Muyo in Love movie. That's right, they used to show movies like that on the Sci-Fi Channel, and I saw it, and I didn't love it at first, but there was something that drew me in, because I think I tuned in during one of the slower scenes or something like that, but I knew that the animation was cool looking, and it was right when I was getting into anime and stuff in general, so I decided to check it out and give it a second chance. Because Sci-Fi only had the license for so many anime movies, but they showed them weekly, and then sometimes in the summer they take a whole week and they'd show one every night, and it was amazing. And at some point I ended up watching the whole thing, and I saw the action scenes and I got into the story, and I said, man, this is great. I knew nothing about the show. I didn't know there was an entire universe, an entire galaxy, an entire ecosystem of Tenchi for me to consume. But before too long I ended up checking out some more Tenchi. I somehow found I found a way, and I ended up seeing it on VHS tape, the TV series Tenchi Universe, parts of it, because it was too expensive to get the whole thing as a little kid, but I saw it through VHS tapes. I also saw a good chunk of the original OVA series, and then eventually it ended up on Toonami. Of course, we all watched it there. Of course, we were all mad at the censorship, but nonetheless, we watched it there and we got the basic story at least. And then eventually, during the wondrous age of Blu-ray, I ended up getting all of the first two OVA series, all of the TV series, Tenchi in Tokyo as well, and the third OVA series as well, and I consumed all of them, and I thought they were all pretty good except for the third OVA series, and it was around that time when I somewhat lost interest in Tenchi, unfortunately. So I haven't really watched a lot of the more current stuff, like the fourth OVA, or that other series that came out a little while ago. I can't think of the name of it. But when I saw this was added to Crunchyroll, I decided, why not give it a chance? It's the OVA series, that's the best incarnation of Tenchi. It's gotta be good, right? But oh boy, were my hopes and dreams destroyed quickly, because the opening scene was boring. I didn't know what was going on. There were characters there that I was unfamiliar with. I admit I haven't kept up with the franchise, but I didn't know what was going on, so I wasn't too pumped to begin with. And then the opening sequence happened, the theme song, and I saw some characters I knew. I saw Best Girl Washu, I saw Ayeka, I saw Tenchi, Ryoko, the whole gang was there, and we were ready to have a good time again, or so it seemed. And then it went back into the show, and it was more talking with these characters that I didn't know, and I didn't really know what was going on, but eventually the characters that I knew and loved, all the ones we just mentioned, came onto the screen, and there was more talking, just a lot more talking. And with the old Tenchi series, there was always a lot of comedy and there was a lot of action, and it really just, you know, melded into this really good thing. It was one of the early examples of a harem anime, because everyone's just trying to get Tenchi. There's like 6,000 girls from space all trying to get Tenchi. And, you know, it was a very interesting show at the time, but I don't know that it's aged like a fine wine at this point as far as the new incarnations go. And you might be saying to yourself at this point, Kimchi Chris, you haven't even mentioned what the story is. What is the story? But that's where the problem lies. I don't know what the story is. I don't know what's going on. I know that I skipped out on the fourth OVA series, but I figured that I'd be able to jump in and get some idea of what's going on, some semblance, because you can watch those old series and skip one here or skip one there and check it out, and it's still a fun time because of the comedy and the action that's so well delivered. But this didn't really have any of that. It was just a lot of talking, and I just didn't know what was going on. It was really easy to lose interest, and I wasn't having a good time. Now, I made it through the whole episode. It's not that hard to set through an episode, and this is only going to be a 6-episode series that's going to be released over the next little bit over a year, so I'll probably keep up with it to see if it goes somewhere. But I had to do some research after the fact to see if I could figure out what was going on. And it turns out that these OVAs are kind of more based on these light novels that are coming out in Japan, and you can't even get all of them here. And of course there's some connections to the fourth OVA and even the third one, which I didn't think was very good. So at this point, it's so far away from the first two series that it really shouldn't even be called the same thing. It kind of seems like they're calling it that because they know that there's some name recognition in the Ryo-Ohki series series, they know that the old school anime fans like myself will check it out no matter what, and if you throw it on Crunchyroll, we're definitely gonna check it out because it's there just for the taking. We just eat it up like at a buffet. Yum, yum, yum. Let's have some more Tenchi. But I left this buffet still hungry and quite disappointed. And even the visuals, something that could be a saving grace if the series made no sense to me or even just had a bad story, something that could be a saving grace, they were just kind of okay. It was cool to see some of the characters I like, you know, animated in 2020. I know I said that earlier, but it really is cool to see them with modern graphics and modern technology, but it was just, it doesn't really look that great compared to other shows. It's very average, you know. Back in the day, the OVA series, the first two, looked so much better than the Tenchi TV series because there was a lot of time and energy and effort and love put into them, but this doesn't seem like it had a lot of time and energy and love put into it. It seems like it was just kind of thrown out there. You know, you like the novels? Here, watch this. Which for me brings up a valid question that I don't know the answer to, and maybe someone watching this will have the answer, and if so, leave it in the comments below. But do they actually still release OVAs in Japan as like a standalone like Blu-ray or something at this point? Or do people watch them on streaming services similar to us, or maybe it comes in the back of one of those novels? I don't know how they distribute these things because, you know, it's very much being released in that format, but I don't know how that format is released anymore considering, you know, the days of VHS and DVDs are done in the past. And let's see, what else have I left out? What else have I left out? I always talk about various things in reviews. Oh yeah, the audio. Audio is fine. I don't have anything good or bad to say about it. It was 100% acceptable, and that's all there is to say about it. So in conclusion, if you've been keeping up with these light novels and maybe the 4th OVA series and all the like side series that have been coming out in recent years, you might get more enjoyment out of this than I did. But if you're coming in this like me, liking the old original OVAs and the TV series and things like that, and maybe you've fallen off and you want to give Tenchi another chance, I don't know that you'll enjoy this. I mean, if you have a Crunchyroll subscription, it doesn't cost you anything extra to watch it. It just takes 30 minutes of your day. But I can't really recommend this too much if you're kind of coming at it from that angle, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Did you guys enjoy it? Let me know that in the comments below. I would love to hear your take on this Tenchi Muyo series. And as always, smash that like button if you enjoyed this video just a little bit. And if you're new around here, hit the subscription button, hit the alarm so you actually get the updates from Anime Was a Mistake. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!